A 17-year-old male is dead after a shooting near Midland and Eglinton earlier this afternoon. CB24's Beatrice Vaisman joins us live from the scene with more information. Beatrice.
Scott, a very active police investigation here underway. Homicide detectives are now here on scene along with Toronto police officers and forensic identification officers as well, trying to figure out who shot and killed this 17-year-old boy. It all happened around 3:45 this afternoon. He was found outside of the building here at 31 Gilder Drive, somewhere near the front entrance. That's where first responders found him. They tried to save his life. They performed CPR on him. He was rushed to a hospital in critical condition, according to paramedics, and ultimately that's where he was pronounced dead around 4:30 this afternoon. At this point, not a whole lot when it comes to suspect information. Here's what the duty inspector, Lori Cranenberg, told us here at the scene.
At this time, we do not have any information on the suspects that were involved in this shooting. We're asking that if anyone has any information or if they were in the area and had dash cam, if they can please contact 41 Division at 416-808-4100.
About a dozen or so evidence markers here, Scott, in front of the front door of the building. I can tell you there's a pair of shoes and an article of clothing also on the ground, an evidence marker right beside it as well. And then there are more evidence markers across the parking lot, behind some of these vehicles here in the lot where you see essentially leading out to kind of a green area and then out to Gilder Drive towards Midland. A few evidence markers there as well as police try to figure out what direction the suspect or suspects may have gone in after the shooting happened. You heard the inspector say she didn't have a suspect description, but a woman I talked to named BB told me she heard 4 gunshots in total. 2, and then a pause, and then 2 more. And then she described to CP24 seeing a group of 5 young people, she believed teenagers, running away from the area. Police now trying to figure out if those teenagers are in fact connected to this shooting. Here's what this witness told us she saw after she looked out from her balcony immediately after the shots were fired.
I'm traumatized. I'm nervous as a mom. I'm nervous. You know, I have a teenager son going to school too. I'm nervous, very, very nervous, because this happened at your door, right? And me and my son, like less than 10 minutes, we came in. My son was coming from school.
So it's certainly a terrifying situation for people who live in this building, Scott, and an awful situation for the family of this 17-year-old boy who was pronounced dead in hospital after being shot multiple times here this afternoon. Back to you.
All right, CP24's Beatrice Vaisman. Thanks so much, B.